But still watching X-Men, of course, and I'm on the Phoenix Saga currently in season 3, which is fun. I love that X-Men '97 is showing a lot of people what comics are truly like. The MCU has made a lot of people feel like it's all action comedy because that's the MCU's bread and butter, and they've barely strayed from that. But
Right.
comics are at their best when they're like soap operas, dramatic as hell for no reason. And so many adults who grew up on like the original X Men animated series are watching this out of nostalgia, despite
Mm-hmm.
probably a lot of them having not watched any cartoon in years, or maybe just watching cartoons with their kids or something. And now,
Right.
and they're learning that animation one isn't a medium for children because this show, from what I've heard, because like I said, I'm trying to avoid as many spoilers as possible because I'm going through the original series and I'll get to it eventually. But like
Mm-hmm.
the stuff that they're touching on is just like not necessarily stuff that's like for kid shows. Like it's a
Yeah.
bunch of adultery and a lot of racism, which is like not that kids should like see that and stuff that they watch so that they learn. But
Right.
like yeah, it's just touching on a lot of adult themes.
Yeah.
And like people are learning, like yeah, animation isn't just for on children, and superheroes thrive in animation far more than anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And also that the X Men is the future of Marvel, because the fact
Oh
that
yeah.
we went so long without them was already wild to begin with, and now that they're here, everything's better again. It feels like the Fantastic Four and X Men are really about to start a renaissance for Marvel, and
I hope so.
it'll be fun because everything I see about because they posted another poster for Fantastic Four
Mm-hmm.
with that art style that they're showing, and it was the Human Torch flying. And something I noticed about the costume is that I don't know if you've seen like classic Fantastic Four art where like when Human Torch is on fire, he has this like these like lines going like these kind of like pinstripes going down his body,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen them.
and those pinstripes are designed like in the costumes that we saw. Like their costumes kind of have that sweater knit where it's like a stripes on it.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, when he's on fire, he has that classic look with the stripes going down his suit, and it looks really cool. And I didn't notice that design at first because one of the like lead character artists at Marvel posted on Instagram, and I was like, and people in the comments were pointing it out, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't notice that. That's a really cool design because usually when they design these costumes, it's too much. It's over designed every time.
Right.
But now they're starting to be a little bit more comic accurate, be more fun with it instead of trying to make these grounded, realistic costumes. Like they're superheroes; they don't need to be super realistic.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, moving on to animation. I sent you an ad from Coke and Marvel. Um, but it has a amazing art style with the animated bits
Mm-hmm.
that does the Spider Verse thing of 3D models with 2D effects and
Right.
textures. And now I want an animated Avengers movie with this art style and this lineup. It's a wild lineup, but it's Captain America, Sam Wilson, Daredevil, Colossus, Black Widow, Wolverine, and Deadpool. It's a wild Avengers lineup, but that would be a
This
fun
sounds
movie.
wild.
It
Yeah.
was very fun little ad. Spider Man freshman year. I've never talked to you about this, but Marvel is making a, a Spider Man animated show, and I think
Mm-hmm.
initially, actually, you know what? I'm gonna see you the concept because I've never talked to you about this. I can't believe this
I think I have heard of it though.
because the
It
concept art
sounds
is
familiar.
amazing. You got to see, you got to see Norman Osborn in this concept art.
Oh, is that the Spider-Man TV series where he's like black?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Oh my God, he finally has the waves, as he should.
Finally. Yeah.
He has to be a black man because he's got to have the waves. Um,
No, for real.
but yeah, and like, there's a bunch of really just dope concept art for this show, and it's apparently still in development, and it's gonna be like officially revealed sometime this year, according to somebody who worked on the show. They posted on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it feels like Marvel animation is just having a renaissance, and hopefully we just get so much more of this, of just Marvel
Yeah.
cartoons on the level of like X Men '97, and hopefully this is just as good as that. But they changed the name from Spider Man Freshman Year, which I think it was meant to be kind of like the MCU tie-in thing, but now I think it's its
Mhm.
own thing, and now it's called Friendly Neighborhood Spider Man.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Tales of the